I'm Mal Bryan with LID Landscapes, and I'm going to show you how to do a Class A CDL pre-trip in-cab inspection. So the first thing you're going to want to do is check your seatbelt. You're going to check that it's not frayed or torn anywhere and that it latches securely. Then you're going to check your fire extinguisher. You're going to be checking that it's full and that it's securely mounted. Then you're going to want to check your triangles. You want to make sure there's 3 triangles and that they're secure in the cab. Then you're going to want to check your fuses. You always want extra fuses on hand. Then you're going to sit back and check your mirrors. You're checking that they're securely mounted, that they're not cracked or damaged, and that they're properly adjusted. Then you're going to want to check your window, your windshield. You're going to be checking that there's no illegal stickers, no cracks, no damages, and that you're free of obstructions. Okay? Then you're going to want to check your left turn, right turn, 4-way indicator, and your high beam indicators. So first you're going to check your left, then you're going to check your right, and then you're going to check your 4-way, and then you're going to want to check your high beam, which you're going to have to turn the vehicle's electric on and the clearance lights, and then just pull up on the turn signal lever, and you'll see it right there in the middle. Okay, next thing you're going to want to do is check your wipers and your washer. So again, you're going to want to turn the vehicle on, checking your wipers and your washer, that liquid sprays out of them, and that they clean the windows. Okay? Next thing you want to do is check your defroster and your heater. And you want to make sure that you feel that the air is coming on. So go ahead and turn on your heater. Check in here, and you're checking underneath. And I feel air, so we're good. And then you want to turn to your defroster. And if you reach, you'll feel the air up top. Okay? Now you're going to check your horn just to make sure it's working properly. With the bigger tractors, you're going to have 2 horns, but with this one, we only have a service horn. And once you have all that, I think you're good to go. So now you can go ahead and turn on your vehicle and check that all the lights and gauges are working. First thing you want to do is make sure that your clutch is in, that you're in neutral, and that your parking brake is engaged. And then go ahead and start your vehicle. Checking that the ABS light turns on and turns off, and that all the warning signals turn off once the truck is set. Then you're going to be checking the gauges. So we're checking the oil pressure. Oil pressure is at 40. You're checking the water temperature. Water temperature will build up. By the time you get down there, it will have already warmed up. We're starting this cold, so it's still below 100. Check the voltmeter is working. Again, that's going to build up, and it'll already be built up once you get down to your test. Check your fuel gauge. Make sure your fuel gauge is full before you leave the shop. And then check your air pressure gauges, both of them, and make sure that they're working properly. Okay? Once you're finished with that, you can go ahead and start your air brake tests. The first thing that you want to check is that your parking brake, when engaged, is working properly. So you want to pull against your parking brake. So go ahead and put it in first gear. And go ahead and rev it up. And you'll see that we're not moving at all, so that means our parking brake is working properly. Then you want to check your service brake. So go ahead and press your parking brake off. Put it in first. And what you're going to want to do is speed up to 5 miles an hour and then stop, showing that your service brake works properly. Unfortunately, I may not have enough clearance, so I'll just show you that I'm pulling forward and my service brake works. Okay, service brake works. Now you're good there, so go ahead and turn your vehicle off. Keep your parking brake off, because that's going to be part of the test now. The first air brake test is to hold your service brake for 60 seconds and make sure that the air pressure does not drop more than 3 psi in this single vehicle. So go ahead and press it in, and now you're counting to 60. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth until you get to 60 seconds, and make sure you're seeing that the air pressure gauges don't go down more than 3 psi. Okay, then the next test you're going to want to do is fanning off your brakes, and what you're checking for is that at approximately 60 psi, or for us it's about 70 psi, that your low air warning turns on. And then when you get to approximately 40 psi, your parking brake engages. So that's why we're keeping it off right now. You might have to turn on your electric. I do. Not sure if you have to, but go ahead and turn it on, and then just fan off your brakes. And you'll see at 70 psi, our low air warning is on now. Continue fanning off until you see the parking brake engage. And again, it's going to be approximately 40 psi. For us, I believe it's 30. Okay, so there it was. Now what you want to go ahead and do is turn on your truck, and you're going to let it build up. And then I'll explain once this noise is gone. Again, you see that the ABS light turns on and turns off. Now what you're going to do is you're going to build up pressure, and you can rev it up to 12 to 1300 RPM. And you're waiting till it gets to 85 psi. Alright, at 70 psi it goes off. Make sure you mention that. I wanted to let it build up and get that buzzer off before I explain this. When it hits 85 psi, you're going to test that in between 85 and 100, in 45 seconds it builds up between 85 and 100. No more than 45 seconds. So when it gets to 85, which it will momentarily, go ahead and start counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So it's approximately 100 psi. It built up before 45 seconds, so we're good there. The next thing you want to do is let it build up until it maxes out where your governor sets for your air pressure psi. For us, it's about 118. And make sure that both gauges are at their maximums. First one's there, now we're just waiting on the second. And the second one's approximately there. So, now that you're done, you'll go into your maneuvers. So that's all you need to do for the in-cab inspection. So good luck.